Yes, guys, welcome to Digital World Tech Academy. My name is Akim Abiodun, and in today's video, I want to show you how to work with SumIf and SumIfs in Excel. So with SumIf, you can add up a range of data that meets a certain criteria, and with SumIfs, you can add up a range that meets multiple criteria. So for instance, let me show you the data set that I have here. So with this data set now, if I want to add up all the quantity that are for product 1, so let's say we want to get all product 1 quantity, we can use SumIf for that. And for SumIfs, if we want to say, okay, we want all the quantity for product 1 that are in USA, so we can use SumIfs for that. So let's practice with that for a moment. So now let's say I want to get the total quantity for each of these products. So I'll just type in quantity. So let's just call it QTY. So quantity, I can say equals to SumIf. So SumIf. So what this will tell Excel is sum this range if it meets certain criteria. Sum up this range if it meets a certain criteria. So the very first thing, there are 3 arguments there. The first one is the criteria range, followed by the criteria and the sum range. So our criteria here will be the product. So we want to sum up the product 1. That we want to sum up the quantity for product 1. So let's go to the order sheet. So I'll come to the order sheet and choose the product as my range. That's my range. That is the criteria range. Then I need to choose the criteria. So I'll come here to the product and choose product 1 as my criteria. And the last argument that I'm going to give here is the sum range. Which range do I want to sum up? I want to sum up all the quantity for product 1. So I'll come back here and choose the quantity. Then I can close my bracket, then enter. Now I have 865 for just product 1 alone. Now I can just copy this down and this will do everything for me. So that is how to use SumIf. So you just pass in your criteria range, followed by your criteria, and followed by the sum range. Then the next one is SumIfs. So let's say we want to calculate how many male buys product 1. We want to know the quantity of all the male that order product 1 and all the female that order product 1, right? So that's what we want to do now. So we have 2 criteria now. We are going to make use of SumIfs because we have more than 1 criteria. SumIf can only take 1 criteria, whereby SumIfs can take multiple criteria. So here I'll say male quantity. So for the male quantity, is going to be equal to SumIfs. So with SumIf, the first argument that comes up is the sum range, because Excel knows that you are giving multiple criteria. So you need to give it what you want to sum up first, followed by the criteria you want to give. So the very first thing we want to give is the sum range. So we want to sum up all the quantity. So I can come here and say I want to sum up all the quantity, right? The quantity for, now the next thing is the criteria range. So we need the male, right? The male is under gender. So we need the male. So we can either go with the gender first or we go with the product. So you need the gender and the product for your criteria to be complete. So we can go with any of this. It doesn't really matter the one you go with first. So I can say I want to go with the gender. Right, that is my range. Then I will choose, I'm going with the male, so I'll just type in male here, in double quotation, then comma. Now the criteria range 2, now I can go with products, then come here because I want to copy down, I'll come here and choose product 1, then I can close my bracket and press enter. So this is showing me in percentage. So I can just copy down, it's showing me in percentage, I'll just change it from percentage to number. So then I will remove the decimal point. Now you can see that right here I have 415. So which means out of this 865, 415 are male. So let's know the amount of female. So I'm going to type in female quantity here. Female quantity. So for the female quantity, I'll just say equals to SumIfs. So I'll go with SumIfs. SumIfs, our sum range will still be the quantity. Then I'll come here and choose quantity. I'll choose quantity. Then after that, I can go with, okay, let's go with product first now, because the last time we went with gender. So let's go with product first. So I'll choose the product category. I'll choose the product range. Then right here, I'll choose product 1 as my criteria. Then my criteria range 2 will be the gender. So I'll choose the gender range. And the criteria that I'm looking for in that range is female. So I'll just type in female and close my quotation, then close my bracket, and I'll press enter. So this will sum up all the quantity for the female gender for me. Then I can just copy this down, and this will sum up everything. Now if you add 415 plus 450, that will give us the total quantity for all of them right now. So let's just do that. I can just say equals to the sum of male plus female, then close my bracket and press enter. So that will give me 865. That will give me 865, which is what we have right here. So that is that about that on SumIf and SumIf. Feel free to subscribe to this YouTube channel, and remember to turn on the bell notification icon so that you get notified whenever we drop awesome videos like this. And I'll see you in the next